Good morning, pregame crew. It is Monday, November 13th, 2023, 6:20 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:20 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning. Welcome to the show. I sound like a trucker who has been drinking Jack Daniels all night long, and I wasn't, I promise. I just caught a little cold. Been traveling a little too much and got a cold. So sorry about my voice. I have coffee in front of me, drinking a lot of hot liquid, so the raspiness goes away. Hey, Night Truck, how are you? Thank you for that. Let me go say hello to my friends. Hey, Shake and Bake. Hector, Marvin, Clifton, Greg, Cliff and Clifton. Hi. Hey, Nugget, Andre, Topher. Hey, Casey, Sir Fernando, Al, Ray, Gino, Fat, and Mike. Hey, Tess, Bass, KK. Good morning, Kat. Scotty doesn't know. I will definitely share my thoughts on Grab Holdings. Well, heck, let's just start there now. You're always a faithful listener. I appreciate y'all being here. I am sorry about Friday. I had assumed I would have Wi-Fi at the hotel I was at, and of course, it just didn't work out. Then that's okay. This is a free service. I feel guilty, but maybe sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe, I don't know. Grab Holdings. With a weekly 50 MA overhead, weekly lower high is the more likely scenario. Daily uptrend, struggling here at the 200 MA and the 50 MA. Bears are looking, I'm going to try this tool. Let's see how it works. I don't like the drawing tool in TradingView because the magnet, so let's try this. So bears will be looking for a top fish in this area, looking for the the weekly lower high. Okay, that worked. Let's see if I can get a rhythm with this epic pen. So weekly lower high, the more likely scenario, and I would say you're in the area to look for that 4-hour lower high and weekly lower high with this long upper wick. 340. Yeah, I would look for a top fish against 340. If you're in long, there's no reason to get out. As long as these hourly EMAs are below you, there's no reason to get out. And key support 324. Thank you, Jason. Let me go back to the top and get an order. Let's see. IBM for my girl Nugget, of course. IBM should be looking good with technology space. Daily bull flag confirmed. Weekly resistance test at 150.23. We're right there. Bears, that's in a place for an aggressive bear to say, okay, I'm going to top fish right here. I'm going to top fish for that weekly lower high. It's very logical place to do it. But you would want to see some type of softening in the market first. If you're in long, I'd stay in long as long as those hourly EMAs are below you. Of course, Scotty, anytime. Okay. That in your name, SE. You love this name. Daily high or low is set. Resistance of 46.33. Yep, you got earnings tomorrow before market open. $48.39 is another weekly higher high. You got in that gap fill territory here and you didn't quite close the gap. 55.72 is the gap magnet for bulls. Right now it looks okay, but earnings, as we know, is a complete gamble unless you work there or have done your about 100, 200 hours of due diligence. Okay, going up, PLTR. Good morning, Mustang. This is a beautiful chart. Weekly higher high. We are coming at monthly resistance here at 2024. You see that little triangle right there? I already have my alert set for that. That would be a monthly bull break. Doesn't mean I'll buy it. I'm just watching for it, and I like to post setups in the chat room. So if you're in long, you're doing great. Friday was a beautiful day. So for today, if you're looking for a setup, I'd be looking for a back burner. So I'd look for first 5-minute oversold for a conservative bull approach. An aggressive bear will be looking at top fish 2024, waiting for a shorter term time frame trend change to the downside before you top fish that. Close to it, Fat N. Okay. 10. I have to get used to this epic pen. I have to escape out of it when I use it. That's going to be something to remember. Okay, tan. Stop run on tan Friday. I think that is a big leap to say that looks good to rip to the top of the broadening formation. So what he's talking about is here. The lower low. You only have 2 touches on the top and bottom. This is not even beginning of a broadening form. It's the beginning of a broadening formation, but you don't even have one confirmed trend line at this point. It's a lower low. We need to call a spade a spade. Yeah, this is not in a good place. Weekly bear break. It broke below 40.89. Bulls are buying it as if it's a double bottom. If you want to go in there and get aggressive against 40.50, do you, boo. There is no reason to do it. Bulls have not given you a reason to buy the dip yet. I guess you could use 40.10 as a support as well. I do Tesla every day. Tesla has some pre-market strength. They had some China or India news. Let's see. Where did it go? I know it's here. 1 second. India is reportedly considering a request from Tesla to lower tariffs. So I don't know if that's giving it the relative strength in the morning or this morning. A weekly bear flag is still on the table for Tesla. They have a whole lot of work to do. At this point, you've made enough room for a 4-hour higher low compared to Friday's low. So conservative bulls are waiting for hourly or 4-hour higher lows on Tesla. Relative strength this morning. But remember, this weekly chart is not healthy. It is not healthy at all. Yes, we held the 250 MA on the weekly, but a weekly lower high is still the more likely scenario, and this is a bear flag formation. We officially get started at 6:30. I hid my clock. At 6:30 Mountain Time is when we officially get started, and I just kind of warm up between now and then. Yep, LSU Tigers won. And my mom was so darn happy to have she had all her grandkids except for one at the game. And they are on their way to Houston right now. My sister stayed behind. She's going to take over this week and start her stem cell treatment. My mom is. So we just feel grateful that there's treatment for her cancer. So thank y'all for allowing me to take off Friday to be with her. This looks like a broadening formation. You're at the top end. This would confirm a third touch if we'd reject in the 167 area. But remember, megaphones, rising wedges, don't get overly caught up in those in bull markets. This is super important. Don't get overly caught up in them in bull markets because they tend to break bullish. What do I mean? You got to look at the overall context of the market. I want y'all to look at this. Everybody and their brother was drawing this, including me. Look at that megaphone. You could do, I need to do the body on the bottom because I did the body there. But we're not rejecting here. This should be a rejection line. We're not rejecting. Why? Because we're in a bullish market. Bullish market, bearish, even bearish patterns, which should be a bull exhaustion pattern, tend to break bull. Rising wedges, bull exhaustion pattern, tend to break bullish in bullish markets. So the overall trend of the market still gives you heavy clues as to how things could break. So just remember that. So Walmart, back to Walmart. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. Walmart looks great. New 52-week high last week. Is that an all-time high? Yep, new all-time high last week. Nothing bearish about new all-time highs. There was this old rule book I've mentioned to y'all before that I still haven't found. I need to find it. It said like your top 10 trading tips or just different things to look for. And one of them is to buy the first pullback after an all-time high. And think about it. If you see a name soaring to all-time highs and you missed it, you're just waiting for that first pullback to buy. It's that FOMO buy, and it happens all the time. So Walmart pullbacks are for buying until bears prove otherwise. Thanks, success. All right, it's 6:30. Let's get this show on the road. You know, that's a nice question, Wits. You asked nicely with a smiley face, so I will answer. Look at individual stocks and lower time frames. Do moving averages work better on regular hours, or should I include overnight sessions? This is just my general rule, just to keep life simple, Wits, is I keep my extended hours on, period. Right here, I just keep them on. And the majority of names that I watch, the high beta names, they're going to have pre-market volume. Like right now, Tesla has traded 3 million shares. 3 million shares. So I can use those extended hours. That means something. It's not just some random number. It means something because we have data. So it's really relative to the name that you're watching, but I just keep it on just to keep everything consistent. So I use my regular trading extended hours, on all charts. Okay, let me adjust this and let's get this show on the road. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Charcal Lori, and I am 4 followers away from hitting 5,000. Come on, give me 5,000. You can give me a follow at Charcal Lori if you'd like. And you can check us out at chartguys.com and our awesome new website. What I do here every morning is I go over the economic calendar. And today we have a pretty boring one. We just had the OPEC monthly report and we just have some CFTC gold numbers. Let's put it on 1 star and you can see the minutia that's coming out. Yeah, Fed Governor Cook speaks in 17 minutes. We have a 3-month bill and 6-month bill auction. Some of this could move the market, but let's skip to the important stuff. Oh. Excuse me. This week, we have CPI tomorrow. So if I'm a betting girl, which I'm not a betting girl, I trade with an edge. However, I know the day before big news like Fed interest rate decision, GDP, PPI, CPI, sometimes we can go sideways in a hurry up and wait formation. And I would say this is a hurry up and wait day. This is the type of day that would give us those iron condor selling while people wait for this more important data to come out tomorrow. PPI on Wednesday, Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index on Thursday. So we do have some important econ data, and we have a lot of earnings this week. Not super big companies like the tech, but there's still a lot of big names reporting. So we have some market moving events that could happen this week. And as always, I like to remind you at least once a week, we have war headlines that could come out at any time and impact the market. We have China president visiting San Francisco this week, I heard on CNBC, and President Jimmy Carter is still in hospice. If he were to die, we could also have a market holiday, be with his family. And we have Thanksgiving next week, so I believe we'll be closed a day and a half next Thursday and Friday, but go verify that for yourself. I believe we're closed Thursday and then half day Friday. But again, check that out. If you're buying options, you need to factor that into your decay calculation. All right, the other thing I do is I show you my handy dandy table. And I have notes that are off screen that I copy and paste for TCG members only when I am done. Weekly, I don't have this checked because we got a weekly higher high without a trend change. So I wouldn't say the bears are large and in charge of weekly, but bulls haven't proven it yet. Everything else is in the bull column. The VIX, I left neutral. It looks like we had a rollover last night, got some contango. I don't want to consider VIX this gap up as major fear entering the market because the market says it isn't. So that's just something I want to let you know. That's why I have it neutral. And I want to show you something. So I do the swing report market recap video on the weekends. And I don't know why it's easier to see in this white chart. I don't like white charts. I do that in case people needed to print the report in the past. We did white charts so they could print it and not use up all their ink. But I just thought this was so telling. I drew this last year. I drew this right in here last year. Look at that VIX resistance line that's still holding. I think the next time we get up to it, we short the crap out of it until it stops working because it just shows you there's some major resistance in that area. Okay. Let me go back to the table, finish that. Bitcoin is slightly bearish overnight. We've lost the hourly EMAs. We have Apple, QQQ, Tesla, and SMH is in a monthly cup and handle. And if you're like, if it's in a monthly cup and handle, why do you have it on our Queen of the Mountain short today? I'll tell you why, because we have a clear level to top fish against, and if it breaks, it breaks. We did get a monthly higher high on this side, but this is still a cup and handle psychology, and XLK is heavily loaded in SMH, and look at that. We're right there. 181.07 breaks it. Let's go set an alert for that. Nope. 181.07. That would be a monthly bull flag confirmation, monthly cup and handle confirmation. So SMH is pretty bullish. Okay. So I said that Bitcoin is bearish. So we only have one mark in the favor of bears, and that's Bitcoin. Bitcoin led this bull market up. Is it going to lead the consolidation down? Is this a clue? Possibly. Okay, and I did want to show you this. Let me see if I can use this again. When you have the very large boxes in bright green, the very large ones, you don't short that market. Does that make sense? And especially when it's the whole semiconductor box is bright green. So you see the levels of green, plus 3% is bright green, then medium, then kind of darker green, and then so on, and bright red is the most bearish. When your big boxes all look like this, the big ones, that means they're larger holdings in the stock market. When they look like this, stay away from the short. Does that make sense? Stay away from the short, please. So that was our lesson Friday, is if you would have looked at heat map and said, oh my God, look at what is green. It's the big stuff. So the question today is, are we going to move to the small stuff? Okay, let me go over here and I'll show you what I mean by small stuff. So NQ led us Friday. We have a daily bull flag confirmation, and we had this cup and handle psychology. Typically a cup and handle is at the top of a trend, so it's a continuation pattern. Nevertheless, this is a bull flag confirmed on the daily chart. NQ has led us here. It brought us here. Who can keep us here? Well, QQQ can keep us here if it still keeps running, but let's look at these sectors here. Look at IWM, daily higher low possible. XLF, we got a triple top, we have not broken out. XLY, we have not broken out. We're struggling with the daily 50 MA for confirmed daily bull flag. XLI, we have not broken out on the weekly. And on the daily, we're struggling here at the 50 and 200 MA. So what are you trying to say, Lori? These four sectors, this is where money could rotate to, while QQQ takes a breather sideways. And that's why I like that arrow, the other arrow. So let me, QQQ. If QQQ were to trade sideways today and then money go into these four and we go up, here, oh, on XLF go up, XLY go up, XLI, that would make sense. If QQQ is going to take a break, we need participation from all the other sectors that have been going sideways to down. We need them to participate, and IWM will be a big, huge factor into today. It must step up if QQQ is going to take a break. So this has a little small cup and handle. We normally want to see our cup and handle closer to a double top, so it's not ideal, but heck, this is still healthy. Hourly EMAs are supporting price. Bulls are large and in charge until that changes. From Thursday's low. That's Thursday after hours, yeah. So essentially it was Friday's 24-hour candle low to the high. We haven't even retraced 4404.382. This is super healthy. NQ, let's do the same thing. We're not even close to 0.382. We are still in a situation where Bears are under pressure. You can sing that song all you want, under pressure, because they are under pressure here. And if we could get past Friday's high again, you're going to trap even more bears. And bears could have poor location up here. With a bull break, you're just squeezing more of them. And we've had a short squeeze. It's been fun to watch, especially if you've been involved in it. Okay, let's clean this up. Potential 4-hour bull flag. This is beautiful, y'all. There ain't nothing wrong with this chart. There ain't nothing wrong with this chart, okay? Tell yourself that a lot. Today, as long as the hourly EMAs are below price, there's nothing wrong with this chart. Well, RTY, there's something wrong with this chart. This one's a little different. It's barely clinging on to the EMAs. We need to get past Friday's high. If we could get past Friday's high, that would be an early indication to me that we are rotating and the market could keep things going. But I will remember CPI tomorrow. Could be a hurry up and wait day while the market holds its breath waiting for CPI. Second. You could say it was a falling wedge. You could, yeah. Lower lows without follow through, for sure. But you can also have falling wedges that then turn into broadening formations. And what are broadening formations? They're outside bars. So yes, it could be a falling wedge, but it also could have been a megaphone. Typically, you're not going to get this straight up breakout from a falling wedge. You'd have some consolidation backfill. So this has been a wonderful bull break either way. And that's why I don't put as much weight on patterns. I mean, NVIDIA is the best example. If there's been a better call this year, y'all tell me. I feel like NVIDIA was my best call of the whole year. I had a good oil call and NVIDIA of the entire year where we had this faux head and shoulders and everybody and their brother were getting trapped in poor location on this neckline break here. And I told y'all it's a monthly bull flag on a higher time frame still out there. So be careful for a $400 flush, trap the bears, and then push up. And it literally has been unbelievable. We have had a almost $100 run since then. So I notice patterns, but patterns mean nothing without an edge. You have to have a most likely scenario price action edge for the pattern to mean anything. All right, RTY. Hello. I don't use the colors in my watch list. I try to put the orange ones as futures. I know that you can use this here. Like if I want to watch something, if we have a name in play, let's say we have news this morning, like on Crowd. Crowd has a upgrade. Booking has an upgrade. And let's say I want to do a today hot list. I could go color Crowd green. Let me do that and show you. I could say this is going to be green, and then I could go to my green watch list and it would, which I have too many things on the green watch list, but I could go undo all of those colors and just have things that I'm watching. That's how you could view your watch list. So here I have indices, commodities, crypto, movers, and shakers of the day, which is my format for here. I need to go faster because I may run out of throat time. YM. This is a problem for YM in my opinion. We have a daily bull flag confirmation. That's not a problem. The problem is the daily 200 MA is right overhead, right here. And I have it marked. It is at 34259, 34259. I didn't adjust it. Do you see where we rejected? Let's see. 49. Let me confirm that's the right number. Oh, 365, Dirk. I had it right. So if I were looking to top fish something today, as far as indices, I would be looking at the Dow. Because the Dow has such a clear resistance here with the daily 200 MA, and we have Friday's high. I think that's just a clear area to top fish. We're still holding both hourly EMAs, so the bulls are not in trouble yet, but this is something that's really standing out to me, this daily 200 MA overhead on YM. VIX I'm not looking at today. We have some rollover, contango, backwardation, all this different things that happen, and I don't want to deal with it because I don't think I can get a solid clue from it. Hang Seng was up overnight. DAX was up overnight. Bitcoin. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lincoln. I appreciate that. Potential daily bull flag on Bitcoin. We have 3 daily inside bars that broke bear. However, if this bear break doesn't get a lot of follow through, that just means it was a bull flag on a higher time frame. Look at that. So watch for bear breaks without follow through on Bitcoin because these bulls are just fine on the daily and we're looking for a daily higher low. Ethereum, we're looking for a daily higher low. The yesterday high low is not accurate. Let me go drink a little coffee, y'all. So Ethereum is green right now, but overall it still looks a little weaker than Bitcoin as far as day retracement. Dollar, daily lower high is the more likely scenario. We've retraced about 50% of the move here. So we've made room for a higher low on a pullback. We've made enough room for a higher low. So I would look for the dollar to pause in this area, but I'm not going to front run it because the bulls just keep showing strength. If the bulls keep showing prowess and strength, it may slow down the market, but the market was able to shake off dollar bulls all last week, which was impressive. Gold. Gold, I keep looking at this weekly chart. And to me, this is the only thing that giving bulls a tiny bit of hope that we're trying to get back over that 0.382 for a potential weekly bull flag. I mean, we're in, let's see. I can't call it a bull flag. We lost the EMAs. Never mind. We don't have elevated bear volume, but we lost the EMAs, so I can't call it a bull flag anymore. However, we are looking for a weekly higher low. Market's pulling back a little bit harder now. So let's see if gold bulls can get their stuff together for that weekly higher low this week. Oil, I am bearish oil right now. I don't have a position, but this is a potential daily bear flag. You're looking for a weekly lower high on a bounce, a daily lower high on a bounce, 4-hour higher high without a ton of follow through gives more validity to this bear flag on the higher time frame. So be careful with oil, and I have XLE as a short idea today based on this oil daily chart. Let's go look at XLE right now so we can tie those two together. You see it? Oil has a potential daily bear flag, and so does XLE, and it's trapped below the 200 MA. I think this push up into Friday's high, 83.61, could be a top fish. Even if we get to like 83, let me type that out. 83.75 could still keep a bear flag in play over here because that could be a tiny higher high without follow through. So watch out for that. I like that idea a lot. It's one of my Queen of the Mountain trades, XLE short. I'm looking for that bear flag. And it's a potential, it's not a guarantee. Okay, nat gas is bullish overnight. We haven't filled the gap. I don't trust bulls when they don't fill the gap. So our high, 3077. Never mind, they filled it. Never mind. They did fill it. I missed that this morning. I don't know what I was looking at. Or maybe too early in the morning, my brain wasn't keeping up. But we did fill the gap. So bulls are positioning themselves for a 4-hour higher low now. But I still want to show y'all. This is the commodities rundown every morning. Downtrend, downtrend, unconfirmed uptrend, uptrend overbought. So nat gas is kind of a mishigas. It's a mess. But if you're looking for a position, I would say 4-hour higher low is the clearest time frame for me. Yield just took off. Let's look. I can't stand all of these ads on investing.com. Let's see. I don't see any data. Let's go look at the dollar. US 10-year. Yeah, I don't see any data. I don't see a major spike anyway. All right, let's go back. We We looked at nat gas. Let's look at Apple. Apple, we are coming back into yesterday's range. Friday had a very large range for Apple. It had a $3.03 move. Just think about it. We could just go sideways all day today. Let's see, 183.53. We are right in that 40% retrace area, 38%. So is this going to be a 4-hour bull flag and go get a higher high? If we retrace more into 50% around 185, it increases the odds of an inside day. And I'm just going to type that right there. If we push into 185, it increases the odds of an inside day for Apple. Because what that means is we've retraced 50% and we may get trapped inside Friday's range as we wait for CPI tomorrow, and that's logical. Amazon, let's do the same thing. This could be a 4-hour bull flag. As long as we hold 142, this could be a 4-hour bull flag. Amazon is just fine and healthy. NVIDIA was gapping up earlier, still gapping up. Gap rules apply. What do I mean? If bears push it down to yesterday's high and bears are unable to reclaim or retake Friday's range, that is a long signal to go long on the recapture of yesterday's high. So you wait for a pullback buy on NVIDIA. Tesla, same thing. We're looking for gap rules apply. Now, if we penetrate Friday's range and we enter deeply and then we go back up, that is a short signal there. Because that means bears are taking over. And remember, we're doing the Taylor Swift blank space. We're constantly visualizing the right side of the chart, using the left side of the chart, i.e. history, to help predict probabilities on the right side. So Tesla, that's the minute view or the lower time frame view. This is a potential weekly bear flag here. That's why with NVIDIA, I gave you a more bullish scenario. Did you see the difference? Here, I said this could happen and that would be a long signal. Tesla, I said this could happen and that would be a short signal. Why am I choosing with these two charts that both have gap up scenarios and I choose a bull example on one and a bear example on the other? Because of the weekly time frames. Tesla has potential weekly bear flag we have to be careful of. All right, AVGO. I hope some of y'all listen to me Thursday. This chart, I freaking gushed over this chart Thursday and we opened up at 912. And we have gone about $42 Friday. It was on $46 to be exact. It was unbelievable. I told you this chart had I highlighted this Friday. It had the most explosive potential with that high compression squeeze. Those orange dots, you don't see those a lot. And it had the trampoline move, and man, do we have extension. So, look at my alert. Tell me when 5-minute gets oversold during regular trading hours. Tell me if 15-minute gets oversold during regular trading hours. Tell me if hourly gets oversold during regular trading hours. I want a piece of all of that action on pullbacks because I missed it Friday. I got it part Thursday. I did a scalp, but I want a swing trade size on AVGO. Crowd has earnings. Let's go look at my notes. What did I write? Gapping up, potential pullback long using gap rules. So your high is here. So this is a gap roll. I'm looking for a long because of an upgrade. So I'm looking for this. We got a new 52-week high. It's not an all-time high though. 52-week high. So let's see if bulls can come back, fill the gap from Friday, hit Friday's high, and turn and burn. Gold. We're looking for a weekly higher low. Odds favor it. 4-hour got oversold on Friday. Let's see if they can hold 179 for potential weekly higher low bottom fish. But of course, gold needs to participate. Semis, potential monthly bull flag, i.e. cup and handle, not ideal with the right side higher. However, we broke weekly resistance, but we are right at that monthly resistance of 157.63. Do y'all see it? 157.63, and Friday we hit 157.67. That makes it so easy. I could tell my 7-year-old nephew, hey, when this number hits 157.60, hit the red button, sell, and if it hits 158, close out. It's a levels trade. That's a different type of trading. It's a levels trade. I'm just strictly trading a level. It's better to wait for the right side of the V, but sometimes when you have such a clear level, you just freaking short it if you like the trade, and then you stop out if you're wrong. But I have in my notes, NVIDIA has to take a seat in order for this top fish idea to work off that weekly resistance. XLE, I already told you I'm looking for that bear flag, 4-hour tiny higher high without follow through. I want that short. I may not get it, but we'll see. Man, where'd y'all go? There are 315 of you and only 132 likes. And I wanted to show y'all this. The trashiest chart on earth is beautiful. Waste management. Look at this. Ooh, sookie now. 172.93 would be a break and a new all-time high. Y'all say it with me. There ain't nothing wrong with this chart. Look at that squeeze. Look at this hold. Let's see. Look at this hold. Oh, that's not what I want. I want a small one. Oh, I see what I did. Undo, undo. See how it held the 50 RSI? And we just got this trampoline pattern. Love that pattern on waste management. So if you want some trash, and I'm jokingly, because Waste Management is a trash company if you're not from the US, but I do like this for a pullback buy swing. This chart is set up beautifully. And Mara, just to continue to throw shade where I like to throw shade, Waste Management. Mara is still a short for me because of the dilution. I'm just looking for pops to short. I keep it on my radar right there. I keep it there. So I'm watching AVGO for a long, a pullback buy. Mara, I'm looking for a pop short. SMH, I'm looking for a level short at 157.63. Do you see how I don't have this chart pulled up, but I know exactly what my numbers are. And XLE, I'm looking for at 83.75. And XLF has a quadruple top at 33.94. See, my alert is set. If I had not gotten up and done all of this legwork, well, first of all, I'd make the show kind of boring and awful if I didn't do all this work. And it gets me ready for the trading day. I don't feel the best, so I'm probably going to just pump the brakes a bit. But I did put in the work. And if I see a setup cleanly, I will take it, despite not feeling 100%. So I'll probably size down today. Hey, KK, what's your wow? What was the wow? I missed it. I got to cough real quick. Sorry about that. Okay, is there anything I missed? Adara's conscious. My girl. You've been here and I love having you in here. I appreciate it. But these type of statements, please be careful. Please, please be careful. It's just such a dangerous game to go in the prediction game and you think something is going to happen. We just need to trade what is, not what we predict. We have to sequence things out based on time frames. So if you can make that statement based on a time frame and a measured move, I'm with you, girl. If you're just making it to make it, I'd caution you. Yeah, KK. It was a swing report pick when I first started the swing report over almost 3 years ago. This is one of my first picks. Let's see, that was COVID. Right? I started the swing report in March of 2020. What a terrible time to launch a swing report, huh? And it was my pick right in here. It was in the 100s and now it's 171. You know another name that looks good that I did have a great swing on this year and it just continues to go? Costco. Costco is a new 52-week high, but it's not a new all-time high. It needs to get through 604.54. But y'all say it with me now. There ain't nothing wrong with this chart. Look at the squeeze. Beautiful. You're welcome. All right. Thank you, average guy. I'll copy and paste the notes over to you TCG members in just a second. Love you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tolerating my voice every day, especially today while I got a little bit of a cold, and I'll take some vitamins and hopefully get my way out of this. I appreciate you being here. Hit the like button. Give me a follow on Twitter at CharcalLori. Get me to 5,000 friends, please. All right. Y'all have a wonderful day.